You're not going to share a lot about your personal life because you're a public figure. So you just find little tidbits to share, and you're as general and vague as possible. I mean, it's very easy to be vague. I mean, I try never to really say anything about clients. I'll say something very generally, like I have the best clients, and I really do. I am very fortunate that way. But I'll try not to specifically mention a particular person or a circumstance, or try to be as vague as possible. So then you can touch on the little compartments, like if you love scrapbooking, you could say, I just found this great new product, or I found this new tool and I like it a lot. So just little things, and just testing.
Maybe that's what I don't like about Twitter, is the fact sometimes that I feel like it is too surface level and too superficial, and you don't really ever get to the meat because it's 140 characters. So maybe that's where it's just really not my style. I'm kind of, I don't know, I like to get a little bit meatier, and so Twitter feels very flippant to me.
You can use Mark Miller's example from CBS News. He very often can't fit one thought into 140 characters, so he'll tweet 2 or 3 things.
That's true, to get his point across.
Or you tweet out your blog post. I mean, if you're posting and writing a blog, I mean, I see Katie Kirk does that. She puts out her latest blog post. A lot of people do it that way too, and it's a good way to, I mean, if you find a cause that's worthwhile online, you can tweet the link and people can follow it and get more information. I mean, I've seen, in Delaware, we had a local high school radio station get shut down because of music licensing. And it was really an injustice because this was this nonprofit and they were teaching kids how to work in radio. So there have been a lot of people tweeting about it. And then in Delaware, we also have a Delaware Film Initiative to bring the film industry to Delaware, and that is very close to passing in our legislature because of the PR that's out there, and because of Twitter is a very powerful tool in a lot of change that we're starting to see. And I think that that's going to increase greatly. I mean, the power of Twitter in politics is yet to be seen.
Oh, it's true. I mean, even PS22, who was here today, really, aren't they? They're so inspiring.
They're so cute.
But they really, a lot of their momentum came from celebrities tweeting about them, and just kind of showed again the power of, YouTube videos of them also help, but people were tweeting out the YouTube link. Otherwise, it may have been buried in everything else on YouTube. So, no, you're right. There is definitely, there are some silver linings to what I think is also a lot of just kind of clutter.
Well, I think Twitter. Yeah, there is a lot of clutter, but I think that Twitter themselves, the corporation, they're very active in sort of blocking the negative interactions and trying to get rid of the spammers. So that, whenever you block somebody, they take notice, and you can report people that are spammers, and they're also seeking out legitimate celebrities and verifying accounts. So when you see Kirstie Alley on Twitter, and it's hysterical because I follow her, I follow Melissa Gilbert, and the two of them having conversations back and forth. Not two people I thought would be interacting, but you get a whole new side of these celebrities that you only really see their public personas, and there's some interesting things they say, but
it humanizes people and makes people a lot more real.
Yeah,
for better and worse.
Kirstie Alley is definitely opinionated, but you're right though. Before it does take away that sort of paparazzi, and it takes that away because Kirstie Alley is out there saying what it is and talking about herself, and that takes that away from a Perez Hilton. But Perez Hilton's also out there too, and it was funny because I saw him tweet something right after Michael Jackson died saying, please leave the family alone. I'm like, wait a minute, you just said, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that is very ironic. But it also, I mean, I think you're right, it'll take some of the kind of frenzy of the paparazzi with, when it comes to photos. Even Lance Armstrong tweeted a picture of his baby right after his baby was born, so that kind of stops any rush to fight over getting the first picture because he stole that thunder and just sent out the first picture. Even Ashley Simpson and her husband Pete Wentz have sent out pictures of their new baby, and in the past, celebrities have sold the pictures of their babies to magazines, or
some for charity though.
Some for charity, yes. The Pitt Jolie family has been pretty good about that, but not all. There have been plenty that have pocketed that money for themselves. And so it is very, very interesting.
But yeah, you gotta just be there and find your way. Be honest, be truthful, and be smart. Don't broadcast your address. Don't, just make smart choices, share good information, because it is there forever. I mean, it gets indexed
There will
by
always
Google.
be an archive. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, what you say is
Come back
not
to haunt
going away.
you
Yeah.
10, 15 years from now.
I saw somebody the other day. They were at work and they're like, "Well, I'm glad my boss isn't here. I really hate him." And I looked at this username and I said, "You're using your real name and you just said that? Bad move." Yeah.
And I think that's all great advice. And along that line, think twice and read twice before hitting update or send or whatever that
Should
would.
I tell my actress story about seeing a famous
yes, that's a
actress
great story.
in the orchestra of a Broadway theater, and I was so excited. I was tweeting from my cell phone about the ridiculous gown she was wearing, and I used her real name, and somebody was searching for that name to post to his blog every mention of this actress, and sure enough, there was my tweet with my Twitter address saying this horrible thing, and even after I removed the post from my Twitter, it remained on his page, so that was a lesson learned.
You can delete it from your stream, but you've got to do it really fast.
But even if you regret it a day later, it's too late. Even though he has deleted it, this person has already extracted it, and so that's a great lesson learned. I know that Rick pointed out that. You told me, Rick, after that you will never tweet anything negative again.
And
You can, but don't be so
Not personal. That's not personal attacks.
general negative. But
But not a personal attack on someone that you realize, can come back full circle. So it's very interesting. Well, thank you. That's all great advice and insight. We appreciate it, Maya. And one more time, your website and your Twitter account, so we can.
well, we're twitterqueens.net, and I'm MayaREguru.
That's your website.
Well, the website is twitterqueens.net,
Okay,
and then my Twitter name is MayaREguru.
Oh, got it. Thanks that up.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you so much again,
Appreciate
and
it.
we'll be
Come
right
by our
back.
Media Boot Camp if you
Yeah,
can.
Media Boot Camp is okay. You have
Grand Hyatt,
these
New
are.
York. Yeah,
Are you guys all attending the Media Boot Camp?
Yeah.
Come wave, say hi really quick.
Come on. You want
We
to
have some people coming.
Hi.
You guys just watched the early show, and now you're
Yes,
going
we
to the Media
did.
Boot Camp?
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
What did you think about the early show?
It was terrific. We had such a great time.
What was
I
your
got to
favorite?
see my girl Tanya Nyack. I got to give her a shout out because
Yes.
I love her on HGTV. So.
She is good. What were your favorite segments from the early show?
Oh, the kids. How could you not love them?
yeah,
The
the
kids.
kids.
Absolutely, the kids. Yeah, they stole the show.
Yeah, PS22 was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Maya, what was your Twitter again?
MayaREguru.
Guru. Okay, great.
Thank you again, and we will be right back chatting with our social Twitter who's going across the country meeting people. We're actually going to Skype him in, so since he's in Denver or somewhere.
So we'll set up. We'll put up Slate, and then we'll set up the shot because we're Skyping him in.
Yep,
and
so
we'll be
we-
right back.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very